All right, guys, we have a crazy long track for Pattern today with lots and lots of food. Just going back to the absolute basics here as much as humanly possible. Pattern, follow. Follow. Good dog. Pattern, easy. 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 Soup. I don't care if my shepherd pulls me to the track, but when this dog pulls me to the track, I try to shut it down just a little bit and get him a little bit more compliant. Marv is pissed in the background. He has an interesting track laid today. It goes over a lot of farm ground, so it's a lot of dirt. And he hasn't seen dirt, but if we're gonna go track in Idaho, I would like him to see dirt because worst case scenario, it's gonna be dry dirt pasture. So right here, he's giving a little bit too fast. We're just gonna kind of leave it. There's one more slog where he's a little bit too fast. Slow him down just a little bit. Good boy. Good boy, dude. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. We really just need to slow him down. Track right here, there's a deer print, and it goes right around the deer print. Lots of food. Trying to teach him, hey man, don't pay attention to any other smells but the track. We'll see if those corrections pay off. On the last leg of this track, actually, second to last leg of this track, we go without food for quite a while. And so that'll be an opportunity there for me to kind of slow him down. Right now he's doing really good. Really, really good. This is much better than yesterday. Lots! Oh, we missed this article. Damn it. He's getting in that habit. I'm going to have to be sharper on that. That's okay. Plots! Good dog. Soup. I'm going to let him get away with that pace for now. I can't believe we missed that article. He went right over it. Like it wasn't even there. Unbelievable. If he starts air scenting, I'm going to correct him. I won't say anything, though. I'll just correct him. There we go. That was good. Doing good. Good job. Like I said, this is a long, janky track. But he's doing quite nice, so. I can't believe we already missed an article, though. It's not great. Remember, I thought about placing an article here, and I just went, nah. Too much tall grass. But we are coming up on an article. Let's see if he can get it. Sook. That's funny. He might have stepped on something. If he tries to blow this article, I'm going to pop him. The dog, let's pick up my flag real quick. Good dog. That's article number 2 of 4. Let's see. Much better start. Really searching for that food now. Good. In the beginning, it's hard to teach a dog to be consistent in their pace because you're constantly going from places where there are food to places where there aren't food. And that's one thing I definitely plan I'll do differently with my next dog, because I've got 2 German Shepherd puppies coming and plan on breeding these females down the road, assuming that they do well, are of healthy quality, and on top of all of that, are really, really nice in their competition work. So that's a lot of ifs, but let's assume that we do breed those and I do train those for IGP. I will do probably a series of 100 or so tracks with each puppy before we ever take food off of the track at all. And I think that'll help in teaching that consistent pace. I also just think that these are natural tracking dogs compared to the Malinois, which really, really struggle with tracking. I mean, of all the things and all the sports that they struggle with, tracking is, I think, their biggest struggle. I think that's the Malinois' biggest weakness. It's the stability required to be 30 paces forward on track and still obedient to what you are scenting on that track and not taking handler corrections too seriously. That is their biggest weakness. Good, he did really nice right there. He did super nice. Now there's tons of food in this, so how nice he's actually doing is kind of being masked by the fact that there is just a metric shit ton of food on this track. Okay, maybe we do have 5 articles. I'm seeing that flag now, and I'm thinking we actually got 5. But he's got 2, so he's got 3 more. Possibly 3 more. He should have 3 more. Yeah, 3. Guys, don't forget where your articles are. Don't be like me. Remember where your articles are. On this track, the only reason... Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is good. This is good. But that right there... Oh, he found some food. He slowed down. Okay, let's see if he's going to start this really fast again. There's not a lot of food on this entire leg right here. Ooh. 10 to 15 paces. That's when he really starts to speed up. Right around this point. Just wanted to make him slow down right there. Good. Coming up on that article. Not quite yet. I think I see it. Go across this track. Good, getting a little pop for that. Platz. Platz. Soup. It's hard to imagine every day you got like months ahead of you when you're training a dog, and it never feels like you're quite ready. But simultaneously, it feels like you have plenty of time. And I think that's the great trap with dogs. They have a short working lifespan, 6 to 7 years working lifespan. They can trial until they're 8 reasonably. But if you spend the first 4 years training them just to get a 1, and then by the time they get a 3, they're like 6 years old, the dog's like a little bit past what I would consider prime. I would consider the prime age of one of these working dogs, like 3 years old, they're in the top physical form of their life, in my opinion. 3 to 4 years old. And then after that, they maintain it for a while. They maintain it. Good dog. Good dog. I had to give them a pop right there. But they maintain that physical form until they're like 6. And once they hit 6 years old, I feel like you see an overall decrease in performance that starts slow, and by the time they're 8, hits pretty rapidly. Now, obviously, not all dogs are going to be the same, but that has been my general experience with working dogs, because they're going to sustain injuries. They're going to have medical stuff. They're going to have this or that. By the time they're 8, it's like they are at the waning edge of their performance years, if you're lucky. Kind of wanted to step over that leash. It's fine. So this dog is 3. So if I don't get him an IGP1 and 2 this year, I'm getting behind the curve on the greatest working years of his life. Struggled there. That was good though. That was really good. So I need to hurry up, get this guy completely figured out on his tracking, because everything else is beautiful. His protection's great, his blind search is great, his escapes are great, his long attack's amazing. It's just tracking. Because I didn't start tracking him until he was 18, almost 20 months old. And there's no food here. But he's being really methodical and slow, so I like that. We're going to do a lot of this. I think if we just keep doing this for the remaining time between now and September, when I plan to trial this dog, we have a left turn here. Oh my God. Wow. There we go, dude. That's unbelievable. I can see where the track is. I don't know if you guys can, but you can see there's a row of... Oh yeah, you can definitely see it on video. So this stuff is really easy to track, and both for me and the dog, which is simultaneously nice and kind of... If you do this too often, I think you can form some bad habits with thinking you ought to know where your track is and be able to see it, and rely too much on your sight rather than reading the dog and remembering where your articles and corners are. But whatever helps you at the beginning, take advantage of what you can. This is a marked difference between yesterday. This track took me probably 25 minutes to set, maybe less. Now, we're at 15 minutes on this video, 16:52, and I think it probably took me less time than this to set this track. But if you're going to start tracking your dog, you honestly basically better plan on 2 hours of your day at the beginning because you don't know what you're doing, and it's going to be a struggle, and you might as well plan for more than less. He's having trouble going through that. That's fine. It transitioned from short to tall right there, and he had an issue with the barrier. Good. And he stayed with it. That was good. Really nice pace. He's getting a little fast right there. There wasn't as much food. What a beautiful visual of a tracking dog. I mean, just the video looks gorgeous. Marv has a super interesting track today. And here is our left turn. Just kind of held him back. I might have been able to give him a pop there, but the less pressure right now, the better. See, it goes directly to the left here. He got to see pretty much a 180 turn, which was really easy because there was so much food in it, but he did it good. He's not a tracking dog that I'm going to expect to do everything well like that, but at least he didn't quit, didn't give up, kept going, kept figuring out where the food was, despite the fact that it was something he hadn't seen before. That was good. He ignored that deer spot. We've obviously got an article coming up. You guys can see that flag. If he doesn't down on this, we'll just pop him. The most important thing to me in tracking is that first article, good dog, and that they finish the track. If they get at least one article and they finish the track, they're not going to fail at most club trials. Maybe at any trials, but definitely not at a club trial. Platz. He seems way calmer today. Sook. Just way calmer. I think that a big part of that has to do with the way that I'm acting right now. There's one more article. We're just waiting to get to that. Next time he starts going that speed, I'm going to give him a correction. I missed it this time. That's okay. Coming up on our next article. He was very careful there, which is good. He got a little bit speedy, not bad. He's stepping on his own leash. Platz. It was a very slow article indication, but it was a good one. So, and that's an article he's actually never seen before. That's actually a brand new article that I just stitched up on my upholstery machine, and it's never been used. So, it was good. Good dog pattern. That was really good. Very well done. Break. Good dog. Good dog. Come here. Come here. Pattern. Follow. I'm obviously not going to ask him to be super obedient as we're leaving the track or coming onto the track. I think that sets him up for failure a little bit. Letting him pull me off the track and not giving him any corrections might not look great to like an outside viewer who doesn't know anything about Schutzhund, but I think someone that's had Malinois like this, track them the way that I'm tracking, and I think even, you know, most judges and competitors are going to get it. You know, you don't really want your dog to be so obedient while tracking that you shut them down or create an overly obedient dog. It just doesn't look great. But that's a personal preference and opinion. I just walked right across the beginning of our track. That was a long track, dude. Good freaking job. It's going to be your longest track of your life, I think. Need to start doing more long tracks like that with him. Just get him more experience in one session. He did good. Good job, dude. 24-minute video. That's crazy.